Dobry wieczór Państwu. Zapraszam na kolejne wydanie magazynu Best Speedway TV w 2025 roku. Można powiedzieć, że nasze tempo wraz z początkiem nowego roku jest bardzo wysokie. Niedawno gościliśmy trenera włókniarza Częstochowa Mariusza Staszewskiego, a dzisiaj zapraszamy na rozmowę z naprawdę człowiekiem, który zrobił furorę w zeszłym sezonie. Postać znana w światowym żużlu już od więcej niż dekady. No ale był rewelacją rozgrywek PGE Ekstraligi, mimo że już jest grubo po 30. Na pewno o tym sobie z nim dzisiaj porozmawiamy. Jest tym gościem Michael Jepsen Jensen, zawodnik Bayer System GKM Grudziądz. Hello Michael, thank you for being with us here tonight.
Hello and thank you.
As an introduction, I said that you are very well-known persona in Speedway world. You are a formidable person with a lot of achievements, but still last year you made a huge surprise in PGE Ekstraliga. Everybody wondered, how did you do that? Watching you performing in Ekstraliga, everybody wondered, how did you do that?
No, I have been doing many things for many things to change into something better in the background, but also for things to change on the track. I have had a lot of crashes as well, and in 23 I was not super lucky regarding that, and there was some mechanic things where I had a few issues as well, and because of my crashes, it didn't make the situation regarding that any easier. But I was still happy about my bikes and performance and these things, and because of that, for last year in the winter time, I was very positive, and I believed that the things could turn to something positive, but because of the season I had, there was not many people who believed in that. So yeah, I was working part of my body off, and I was hoping to get a chance like I did, and in all the bad luck I had, it turned to a bit of luck, and I managed to show a very good side of myself and of my performance, and I think that that is very nice, of course.
Yes, what was very nice. Didn't you have any doubts, any thoughts that it's still PGE Ekstraliga, the strongest, the most powerful league in the world, Speedway world, and you had a difficulty to perform in lower division, so many supporters claimed, hey, what's going on? He couldn't race in first division and suddenly he's in Ekstraliga, and you proved your skills, of course, there's no question, no doubt, but before that nobody knew how will you perform. So you had some doubts, some worries, some stress, maybe pressure?
No, I don't think I had any pressure. I could only go in and do my very best, and I have put myself in a position where something positive had to happen, and if that wasn't possible, then over in a period of time I would finish. I have had many issues who have made the things very hard for me, and if it should be like that, then I might as well just do something else. So in that way, I knew that I could only surprise positively, and also when I got the option for this, one of the first things I said to Rafael when I spoke to Grudziądz was that if it's possible, I wanna race in Lublin, because they are the best team. Everybody beat them or get beaten a lot when they go there, and because of that, it doesn't matter if I make 0 points when we go to Lublin. Everything will be positive, and that will be the very best practice I can have to see where I'm at. And I think on three heats I made 5 points or something like this. And if I'm perfectly honest, then I actually think on these 3 heats I should have had 8 points instead. But I made some mistakes, probably because I believed it, but I didn't really believe it to be possible anyways. So that took a couple of meetings for myself to confirm that the things was good and was working well, because, as you said, many meetings have proved that that it was not so good. But and the things that I was working with, as I said, even though I believed it and I felt like we did the right steps, was in the right direction. And with that matter, I will say I was still the top scorer from Poznan, that first meeting I did, which, when looking back, was with Rybnik, the strongest team. I think the best rider in the league, I think, was Brady. And I'm pretty sure I had him 3 or maybe even 4 heats that day. So looking back at even the first meeting and the performance, where on the performance of the first meeting, my equipment didn't do as good as it could have done, and I fixed that after the meeting. So with some of the things bike-wise getting better, and still looking at the first result from Poznan, then I think I had good reasons to believe that my equipment was working. For the practices and these things, I was for sure not the slowest, let's just say it like that. So I felt I had good speed in the preseason. I felt good, and except for my body had to heal and these things from 23 and these things, then I knew that I had to do better. I also finished 23 very early, and I was cycling a lot. I even went for a competition, actually, an amateur competition on the bike. So I felt very good, and I felt a lot of power in my body. And after the season, I actually gained some kilos after 23 because I was cycling so much. So to have power for the long rides, I had to eat a lot, which gave me strength to then in the winter time to lose a little bit more than what I gained. And that's been good as well, I think.
That's true. And the last question before I translate briefly what you said to our non-English speakers, do you have an explanation what happened in Poznan that you didn't have any chance to perform further? Because I can just see your performance against Rybnik first match, 10 points with bonus, and it was one and only performance for Poznan. So what happened that you didn't have a chance to perform?
A miscommunication, which is practically it. We should come for practice, and it was raining a lot. I got 2 new engines that I wanted to test, and I called them early that week when I picked up the engines. I said what they think, because I'm going for press day in Slangerup, and on the Wednesday we would have a meeting, and I said I'm not even sure that the press day today will happen because it's raining all over Denmark. We did manage to do a few laps, and as I said as well, that I think the practice will be, or the meeting will be cancelled. The meeting got cancelled, and as soon as the meeting cancelled, I called and I said that the practice is cancelled. What should I do? Because the weather for tomorrow in Poznan is looking very bad as well. So should we drive directly now, or should we drive back home and just check everything, because we had so much rain, so the equipment have been wet, and I just wanted to be sure that it's working, instead of, if we just go to Poznan, then I believe it's maybe better to go go back to the workshop and make sure everything is 100% looked after. And they said that it's better that I go back because they don't think the practice is going to happen. And on the Friday, I could go for practice somewhere else, and they would organize it. I said, okay, so just to be clear, and it was on the speaker in my car, I will go back home. Yep, fine. I came back to the workshop, and just before we went reverse with the car to go in under the gate to the workshop, I got a text that the other practice was not possible. And I called and I said, so what am I going to do? Do you want me to drive? Because if I should be there and it should be possible tomorrow, then I need to drive straight away. No, if you have the same engine you had last time and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I do. And I haven't touched it since the last meeting. But as you know, I was not super happy about it. And I believe one of the other engines, under the circumstances that the track was for that first meeting, one of the other engines would have been better. And I have these two new ones that I would like to try at least one of them. And then I agreed that, okay, I would have to practice before the meeting, so I could bring 3 bikes, one with these 2 engines that I have been using for the practices, and 1 frame with a new one. And then we, on the Friday, so then we had Thursday, we prepared everything and got everything ready. And on the Friday, we left towards Poland, and we crossed the border to Germany. And after like 2 hours drive, I got a text with the lineup, and I was not in the lineup. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And called them straight away. And then the main reason, the reasons for me not being in the team was a little bit different depending on things, but afterwards the main reason that I didn't race was because I didn't come for that practice that I was told not to come for. But I think it was some communication issues and stuff like that. And as I have also said in other interviews, we have been speaking about the things, we have cleared it out, and practically the plan was that I should have been back in the team. And with that said as well, even before I signed the contract in Poznan, I said to them that I think that the guys they have in the lineup, they should be happy and they should believe it, which I think looking back on the season, even for Poznan, they had a good season. So even before I signed the contract, before last year, so in November, I said to the club there that I think they should trust the guys and the lineup they have, because if they do that, I think it's the best for the team. But they picked to try me as well, and we gave it a shot, and we parted as friends, and everything was good both for me but also for Poznan, because I think they surprised very positively as well.
Yes, at the end of the day, everything went well. Okay, just give me 1 minute to translate briefly.
If you can do that in a minute, then you are very fast.
I will just yes, I just wrote it down. If you could see. Przetłumaczę dla Państwa tak na szybko, co powiedział Michael Jepsen Jensen. Oczywiście wszystkiego w 100% nie przetłumaczę, ale wierzę w Państwa znajomość języka angielskiego. Natomiast no oczywiście na początku zapytałem, jak to się stało, że Michael Jepsen Jensen tak znakomicie radził sobie w poprzednim sezonie, mimo jego doświadczenia i tego, że ma już wiele sukcesów na koncie, no to poradził sobie fantastycznie. No on powiedział, że no dokonał dokonał wielu zmian w porównaniu do 2023 roku. Wtedy miał dużo problemów sprzętowych, były też kontuzje, on potrzebował też popracować nad swoim ciałem, troszeczkę przytył w tym 2023 roku, ale tylko dlatego, żeby wzmocnić swoje ciało, popracować troszeczkę nad siłą, co zaprocentowało gdzieś tam w kolejnym sezonie. Oczywiście sam powiedział, że mało kto wierzył w to, że mu się uda, ale on liczył na to, że dostanie te szanse. Stwierdził, że nie miałem nic do stracenia, bo przecież w Lublinie, motor, który pokonuje wszystkich, Lublin, który pokonuje wszystkich, no to nawet jeżeli tam zdobędę 0 punktów, to nic złego się nie stanie, więc dajcie mi te szanse, ja sprawdzę, na jakim etapie swojej kariery jestem. Okazało się, że pojechałem całkiem dobrze, bo zdobyłem w 3 startach 5 punktów, aczkolwiek mogłem tych punktów zdobyć 8, jak mówi Michael Jepsen Jensen, tam popełniłem troszeczkę błędów, więc to mi dało takiego pozytywnego kopa i sprawiło, że tak, uwierzyłem, że mogę pojechać ten sezon bardzo dobrze. Potem oczywiście dopytałem o tę jazdę w pierwszej lidze, jak to się stało, że pojechał tylko w pierwszym meczu, w którym zdobył przecież z bonusem 10 punktów, ale nie dostał kolejnych szans w barwach PSŻ-u Poznań, bo przecież wydawało się, że jak to możliwe, że w pierwszej lidze się nie łapie do składu, a dostaje szansę w Ekstralidze. Michael podkreślił, no tak, tylko że ten pierwszy mecz w pierwszej lidze wcale nie miałem zły, bo tak jak wspomniałem, zdobyłem tam 10 punktów przeciwko mocnej drużynie, która finalnie też awansowała do Ekstraligi, czyli ROW Rybnik. Michael Jepsen powiedział, że zabrakło komunikacji troszeczkę między nim a działaczami. Tutaj nie ma złej krwi między nimi, tutaj wszyscy rozstali się w zgodzie, bo tak troszeczkę tłumaczę od końca, no bo Michael Jepsen Jensen zaznaczył, że finalnie i mój sezon był udany, ale też sezon dla Poznania był udany. Ja już w listopadzie, podpisując kontrakt, a w zasadzie przed podpisaniem kontraktu z Poznaniem, powiedziałem, słuchajcie, macie dobry skład, powinniście zaufać tym chłopakom, którzy są, no ale działacze chcieli jednak mnie pozyskać jeszcze do składu, dostałem szansę w pierwszym meczu, tam była taka sytuacja, że był jeden z treningów odwołanych, ja byłem już w drodze na ten trening, chciałem wypróbować 2 silniki, ale w Poznaniu padał deszcz, więc zadzwoniłem do klubu, czy mam na ten trening jechać, czy nie lepiej wrócić do warsztatu lub gdzie indziej potrenować i żeby te 2 silniki sprawdzić. Dostałem telefon, że nie musisz jechać, bo faktycznie ten trening prawdopodobnie będzie odwołany, ale za to zorganizujemy Ci trening jeszcze przed meczem w piątek, żebyś mógł sobie potrenować, no ale potem się okazało, że skoro już potem dostałem zapytanie, czy będę znowu testował te silniki, na których pojechałem w pierwszym meczu. Powiedziałem, że tak, no to stwierdzili, nie ma potrzeby w takim razie, żebyś dalej trenował na tych samych silnikach, widzimy się na meczu. Michael Jepsen Jensen powiedział OK, aczkolwiek nie ukrywał, że był rozczarowany, bo chciał sprawdzić te silniki, no bo wtedy była inna pogoda, teraz inna pogoda, więc chciał się jak najlepiej dopasować do nawierzchni toru. No i gdy był już w Niemczech, kiedy już przekroczył granicę, zbliżał się do Polski, no to nagle okazuje się, że nie ma go w składzie na mecz i taka konkluzja naszego gościa, że tak naprawdę to, że nie wystartował w kolejnym meczu i w kolejnych, no to sprawiło, czy powodem tego jest to, że nie zjawił się na treningu, który i tak został odwołany. To jest taka konkluzja Michaela Jepsena Jensena, troszeczkę paradoks, ale oczywiście na koniec jeszcze raz to podkreślę, tutaj nie ma złej krwi między nim a działaczami PSŻ-u Poznań, wszyscy rozstali się w dobrej komitywie. Okay, so let's move on to this year because there's no question that expectations will be high in terms of your performance on the track, because now you became a leader. You mentioned that you had no pressure last year, that you had to check what's going on with you, your disposition, but now everybody knows how well you can perform. Of course, everybody knew many years ago, but still in PGE Ekstraliga, if you are a leader of the team, the pressure is always.
Yeah, but I will not say that I didn't have any pressure, because of course I had a lot of pressure from myself, because as I also mentioned before, I have decided to give it a last shot. I said that many times, even for TV interviews and stuff like that. So in that way, of course, there was a lot of pressure from my own side, which I guess for most people is probably the biggest one, anyways. It's for sure is from my side. Yeah, I know I'm coming in to the league as one of the leaders, but still, I don't think my pressure have changed. After all, I've done many seasons, and right now, if people are looking at it in a box, yeah, I did half a season or something like that, very good. So in that way, I just need to make the expectations what it is. Everybody can expect whatever they want, but I'm the one hoping and working very hard to make these things happen, and I think I'm the one who wanted the most anyways. Sorry, no, I'm not really thinking much about that. I believe that this season can be even better, and that's what I'm putting in the work to. But I think even if it's not going to be as good, I don't think it can be the biggest disappointing as well, to be honest. But yeah, of course, I'm working on the things to be better. I'm super hungry, and I think it's my time to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. The youngest team in PGE Ekstraligi, as far as I remember. Of course, we're talking about GKM Grudziądz. How would you evaluate the roster, and also in terms of the other teams? I don't know if you belong to this group of riders who follow the other teams and you know which rider performed in which team, or maybe you don't care at all, because I asked some riders and they follow all the news, all the transfers. Some don't. So you just moved your head that no. But okay. So how would you evaluate
GKM? Compared to the other teams, or what do you mean?
Yeah, the strength. What can you achieve in your view?
Everything. I will say that I don't know much about the other teams. I know that that of course Toron got Michael, which on the paper should be an upgrade, and I believe it is. And I guess Roslav should be doing good, and for sure Lublin should. I think they stay with the same team, don't they?
Yeah, they. Brady Kurtz moved to Wrocław, and
but in Lublin, it's all the same,
Lublin,
right?
no changes at all. Lublin.
So
Falubas will be stronger because Leon Madsen is moving to Falubas from Częstochowa.
But yes, I think the three main teams, looking on paper, should probably be Toron, as I said, Roslav and Lublin, but it's paper. I said to the club, because of course we had many chats. They showed their interest in Grudziądz very early, which of course I was very happy about, and confirmed for me as well that they appreciated what I have done, and I can also see that they have done that publicly, been putting a lot on my shoulders, like for the reasons why things turned around, and practically they had the best season ever for them. And in some of the chats I had with them, I said that if the backing is there from the sponsors and from city and from the fans and the club themselves, if they believe the lineup we have, then why change? I think if you're looking straight up on the paper, then in no way we should have the best team. But I think we proved many wrong last year, and I think if they show the trust in us, then, and if they do all the things from their side like they have done this year, then I don't see why we cannot surprise. And my wife also said one day that I don't know if it's have been in the TV that there have been some update that you were listening to regarding some of the ratings with the teams where they actually believe now that Grudziądz is gonna fight for this 4th spot into the must be playoffs they call it now, and play out, or what do they call it? I don't even know.
Play down, I suppose.
Okay, so play off and play down. So of course that means that people believe that we can do it, and in that way, of course, that's also very nice for my confidence, because it believes that some of these experts, or whatever you will call it, that they believe that I can continue to do what I have been doing, and of course that's a very good boost as well to know that some of the people who is involved in racing, they believe that I can continue this, because of course I know if Grudziądz should do what people expect, then yeah, turning back to what you said before with the pressure and these things, I know that a lot of that job is going to rely on me, which I'm perfectly fine with. To be honest, most of the times, and I think I'm even known for that, being a lot better under pressure. When I really have to do something, then normally I have a little step that where I can give something extra, and I think that's one of the things that I managed to, in some way, find in my motivation for all the meetings last year, and in my priorities. In some way, it's been some of the things that I've been working with to be ready and be focused at the meetings and see the importance even in the small ones, and to come in and take this role like I did in Grudziądz is giving me a lot of boost as well, and I think we had a very good team spirit, which I believe can do a lot of extra, and to be perfectly honest, in most clubs in Poland it's not appreciated, but some of the words when we entered the playoffs, the most important words from my side, from Grudziądz, was that when in the joy and the happiness, the most or the word that they were saying was that we finally have a team where, or we actually have a team, and for me it seemed like the club actually realized how important that is, instead of just having 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 good guys on the paper, where people should expect it, and it doesn't matter if we say these 3 top teams from before, if the riders are not performing, they're not gonna do good. That's as easy as it is, and the most important is from the fans and from the club. Even if we will have some bad meetings, we need to support, because then everything can be turned around for something positive, and I very strongly believe that, and I think we can surprise, and that's for sure my goal and the club's goals.
Mm-hmm. And looking at the squad, you will be the oldest, or let me rephrase, the most experienced guy in the team. How do you feel about it? Is this some extra pressure on you, being a role model for some younger guys in the team? Because they always look at the older guys, the most experienced. It's unavoidable in a way.
I think I'm very open as a person, especially when we are at meetings or race-wise and these things. Then I try to involve everyone, and if people appreciate my opinion, then I don't mind sharing, and to also help some of the younger guns. But of course, this feedback, is going forward and back, and yeah, I know I'm in a position now where probably people think they're gonna learn more from me than the other way, but I still think that we all learn from each other, and that's how I see it. We can all be smarter, and I think we get smarter every day. So in that matter, no, I don't think about it, and for sure not as a problem or something negative. I have been in a role since even like the mini speedway days where I was like leading the national teams as a kind of a captain and these things. So I like that part, and I think I bring positive things to a team. So no, it's all good.
Okay, quick translation before the last questions in our interview. Szybko przetłumaczę. Na początku oczywiście też padło pytanie o tę presję związaną, czy Michael Jepsen Jensen będzie w stanie powtórzyć ten znakomity sezon, który miał w poprzednim roku, no bo już ta poprzeczka jest zawieszona wyżej, teraz już każdy będzie oczekiwał, że znowu będzie tym liderem zespołu, co nie było przecież oczywiste w zeszłym roku. No ale Michael powiedział, nie no, ja miałem na sobie presję w zeszłym sezonie, to nie jest tak, że jechałem może poza tym pierwszym meczem w Lublinie bez presji, więc na pewno poprzez ciężką pracę jestem gotowy znowu być tym liderem zespołu. Niech każdy myśli sobie to, co chce. Ja chcę, żeby ten sezon był jeszcze lepszy niż ten poprzedni, aczkolwiek to nie będzie chyba rozczarowanie dla kibica, jeżeli powtórzę taki sezon jak ten właśnie w zeszłym roku. Jeżeli by się nie udało poprawić mojej średniej, to taki sam wynik jak rok temu też będzie chyba satysfakcjonujący. Natomiast jeśli chodzi o siłę całego zespołu, bo tak dopytałem, co Grudziądz jest w stanie osiągnąć, Michael powiedział, wszystko tak naprawdę, wszystko się okaże na to, że oczywiście Toruń jest mocny, bo przyszedł Michael Mikkelsen, jest też mocny Wrocław, jest oczywiście Lublin, który akurat nie dokonał zmian, ale dlatego, że jest cały czas bardzo, bardzo dobry. No ale my tutaj w GKM-ie mamy bardzo dobrą drużynę i sam rozmawiając z działaczami doszedłem do takiego wniosku, że skoro udało się w poprzednim sezonie osiągnąć historyczny sukces, awans do play-off, najlepszy sezon GKM-u od momentu awansu do Ekstraligi, no to dlaczego coś zmieniać, dlaczego dokonywać jakieś zmiany w składzie, jakieś roszaty poza tymi obligatoryjnymi. Ja też czuję się doceniony w drużynie, bo bardzo szybko zaproponowano mi kontrakt, co jest taką oznaką zaufania. Ja też jestem właśnie wdzięczny za to działaczom GKM-u, za to, że właśnie tak dobrze mnie tutaj traktują i myślę, że tutaj trzeba się tym odwdzięczyć, bo ta atmosfera, co nie jest oczywiste, jeśli chodzi o kluby Ekstraligi, atmosfera jest bardzo, bardzo ważna, żeby stworzyć dobry rezultat. W wielu drużynach Ekstraligi jest to zapominane, często zaniedbywane i czasami masz 6-7 dobrych zawodników, ale co z tego, jak nie ma drużyny. Natomiast my chcemy stworzyć taką drużynę, chcemy, żeby był ten team spirit. No i to 4. miejsce myślę, że jak najbardziej jest możliwe. Oczywiście jest teraz nowy system rozgrywek, play-offy, play-down i tutaj trzeba walczyć o tę 4, ale Michael tutaj otwarcie mówi, że GKM jest w stanie to zrobić i on lubi jeździć też z presją i dobrze czuje się w tej roli. Tak samo dobrze będzie się też czuł w roli lidera zespołu, takiego mentora, bo o tym zasugerowałem, że no, będzie najstarszy w drużynie. Poprawił mnie, najbardziej doświadczony, nie chcę używać tego słowa stary, ale on jest otwarty na różne rozmowy z młodzieżą, on zdaje sobie sprawę, że jest na takim etapie swojej kariery, że ludzie oczekują od niego, ci młodzi, ta młodzież żuglowa oczekuje od niego, że chce się czegoś od niego uczyć, ale Michael zasugerował, że każdy od każdego powinien czerpać jakąś wiedzę, że to nie powinna być taka jednokierunkowa autostrada, że tutaj wszyscy powinni nawzajem się wspierać, a on jest przygotowany na tę rolę, on jest przygotowany na bycie właśnie takim mentorem, bo on już taką rolę pełnił, jak był o wiele młodszym zawodnikiem, chociażby w młodzieżówce reprezentacji Danii, która osiągała sukcesy pod jego wodzą i on już wtedy był takim liderem drużyny. Także tutaj Michael Jepsen Jensen jest jak najbardziej otwarty na tego typu sytuacje. Okay, and last few questions. I have to ask this question about possibility returning to Grand Prix. Because if you perform so well in the strongest league in the world, you can beat everyone. So the question is quite obvious. do you see yourself among top riders in GP in the near future?
Yeah.
And is this your target?
I'm in the GB qualifiers and SEC qualifiers because of the result of the Danish final last year, which means that yes, but I've had many very tough seasons, also financials wise, which means I'm not interested in going back into GPs unless I know I can afford to, and if I can build things up so everything is looking positive, then yes, I believe that I can even go back into that. But to be honest, I'm not interested in just being part of the show, and that's the same if it's with Ekstraliga or something else. I want to be there because I feel like I can compete. Yeah, I don't want to be a clown in the circus.
Mm-hmm. You like memories? You like to go back at the time when you won GP tournament? You were out there. You memorize these moments, or you don't go back?
No, of course it's not like I sit and look at these things very often. I look a lot on what I have been doing recently, studying my own mistakes. I'm not looking much at any other writers, but I look a little bit at myself, like to repeat what I have been doing right and my mistakes and stuff like that. But yeah, of course, sometimes I think nearly yearly or maybe even a couple of times a year, my final flamboyance is shared on Facebook and stuff like that. So of course I see it, and some of these things is very cool, and maybe once in a while I have been watching a few heats from a World Cup also back in 12 where we won, and some of these things, like sometimes it's funny to look, but no, I'm not looking about it and thinking about it very often. I'm focused on what's in front of me, and yeah, for me, on paper, the best result-wise was 2012, but it's this year. It will be like 13 years ago. Sorry, it's so long time ago that I don't want to think about it. The good thing is I still have many more years to come, but as I said, I'm interested to be around if I feel like it's worth it. If not, I'll rather just do a normal job, to be honest. I want to be around Speedway because I feel like I can do something good.
Zapytałem oczywiście Michaela o Grand Prix, no bo to jest naturalne, że skoro tak dobrze radzi sobie w PGE Ekstralidze, to czy chciałby spróbować znowu swoich sił w cyklu, będzie startował w kwalifikacjach i do SEC, i do Grand Prix. Oczywiście to jest jego cel. Tutaj szybko i po żołniersku odpowiedział, tak, chce startować z najlepszymi, aczkolwiek chce tam coś osiągnąć. Nie chce być tylko częścią tego show, nie chce tylko po prostu być uczestnikiem cyklu Grand Prix. Jeżeli już chce jeździć, jeżeli już mam tam być, to po coś chcę osiągnąć, także muszę wiedzieć, że jestem gotowy, ale też musi mnie na to stać chociażby finansowo, bo wspomniał Michael, to też jest istotne, że te ostatnie lata też były dla niego trudne pod względem finansowym i też musi tutaj patrzeć na ten aspekt, no bo wiemy, że Grand Prix to też jest logistycznie i finansowo duże obciążenie dla zawodników, te podróże, więc to wszystko musi się ze sobą spinać. Nie chcę tutaj na wariackich papierach Michael Jepsen Jensen walczyć o Grand Prix, zwłaszcza o Grand Prix. Chcę, żeby tutaj wszystko było poukładane, jeżeli będzie w stanie coś osiągnąć, to tak, a nie żeby tylko być takim statystą w Grand Prix. No i zapytałem, czy tam jeszcze wraca wspomnieniami do tych czasów, kiedy wygrywał chociażby turniej Wojens. Oczywiście, że wraca, ale rzadko, to nie jest tak, że siada sobie i cały czas na to patrzy. Nie, od czasu do czasu gdzieś tam w mediach społecznościowych wyświetli mu się jakiś tam filmik, nagranie, jak właśnie wygrywa ten turniej, ale robi to rzadko, skupia się na przyszłości, na teraźniejszości, bo to już 13 lat mija od tego, jak ten turniej wygrywa, więc nie chcę sobie tego uświadamiać. Cały czas chcę się skupić na żużlu niż na takiej zwykłej pracy zarobkowej, więc ten żużel cały czas go kręci, nie chcę jeszcze jeździć, kończyć kariery, chcę nadal jeszcze jeździć, uważa, że jeszcze wiele lat przed nim. Okay, Michael, at the end of our interview, a question about New Year's resolutions. Do you have ones or no? Not only
not really.
returning to Speedway, maybe some others.
No, but I don't have anything that needs to change or anything like this. We are trying to put in the work. We've been starting very early this season because we didn't do the playoffs, and these things finished quite early, and which I was happy about, because even though I did okay results quite early, I was focused on 25 instead. So I chose also to put the bikes back in the workshop very early after the last few meetings. I did this Danish team final, and I haven't raced since. So I have been very focused on the job for next year, and I hope with all the work that we are putting in, my team and I, behind the scene, that we're gonna get good results, and I'm very positive that we will do that. And with that said, of course, the most important is we go out and enjoy and have some fun. And I think I've been thinking a little bit the last couple of days, and I've taken a decision about being a little bit more busy, which I'm excited about. Yeah, I think something is going to come out soon. So that's going to be good fun, and I'm looking forward to new challenges, and I'm for sure looking forward to having fun in Ekstraliga as well. And yeah, I'm excited about the competition and these things. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last question: is January the most difficult season for Speedway rider, because long time after last match and still long time before the first match in new season, so just in the middle of nowhere?
Now, as you said earlier, I'm not old, I'm just experienced, and the more experienced you get, the faster the time is running. So I think these last 2 months it's gonna disappear. We've been very busy because I'll be going on some holidays on Friday, actually. So I've been trying to prepare everything so I can actually go on holidays and enjoy, to be gone, focus on my own side of the things, and start to put the focus on what my part of the job is. I'm trying to put some of the work to my mechanics, for them to take some of the responsibilities. Still, all of the decisions are mine, which maybe in the past sometimes have been some of my mistakes, that I relied too much on myself. And in that matter, yeah, as I said, we've been very busy, and with on mind that it's time to be off now, recharge all the batteries, so everything is fully prepared for March, and now I can go away. We will be away for quite some time, and hopefully the time is going to run very fast, and then we are fully ready for March to come. Start riding the bikes and get some laps going, and then a quick start to the season, so things can get going. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, although I am not a speedway rider, I know what you feel because I'm your age. So, so I know
you're
the
also
time.
very young.
Yeah, we are all young and beautiful, but time flies very, very fast, and I agree with you. That was my final question, just quick translation. Zapytałem na początku Michaela właśnie o te postanowienia noworoczne, znaczy na początku tej naszej ostatniej części rozmowy o postanowienia noworoczne. Nie mam żadnych postanowień noworocznych, nie bawię się w takie coś. Oczywiście są przede mną nowe różne wyzwania, ale tak, żebym miał jakieś, czy to związane z żużlem, czy nie z żużlem, postanowienia, to tutaj Michael powiedział, że nie, no i też tak zasugerowałem, że styczeń to chyba najbardziej jest taki trudny, znienawidzony miesiąc dla żużlowca, no bo już minęło sporo czasu od ostatniego meczu w sezonie, więc już ten głód minął, znaczy może to zmęczenie w sezonie minęło, a jednocześnie dużo czasu do początku kolejnego, więc ten głód się zaczyna pojawiać, no ale Michael tutaj mnie szybko zestrofował, że no im jesteś starszy, tym ten czas tak szybko płynie, że wcale tego nie czujesz. Dlatego teraz oczywiście jest czas, żeby naładować baterię, odpocząć. Im jest starszy, też bardziej ceni sobie ten wolny czas, wakacje i tak dalej. Nie myśli koniecznie o żużlu. Bardzo wcześnie skończył poprzedni sezon po to, żeby właśnie móc jak najlepiej przygotować się do kolejnego, ale wszystko jest tutaj poukładane. Zresztą Michael Jepsen Jensen słynie z tego, że jest zawodnikiem niesamowicie właśnie poukładanym. I to było, proszę Państwa, moje ostatnie pytanie. Michael Jepsen Jensen, thank you very much for having you today with us.
Bardzo dziękuję. Appreciate it, Mike.
Bardzo dziękuję. Michael Jepsen Jensen był naszym gościem. Subskrybujcie, lajkujcie, komentujcie i nasz kanał i widzimy się przy kolejnej okazji. Do zobaczenia.
See you soon.
See you soon.